Hey y'all, welcome back to 12 Days of Holidays. For today's video, we are going to be doing a declutter. I'm going to go through all of my eyeshadow palettes and deciding which palettes I'm going to keep, which ones I'm going to get rid of, and then which ones are going to go on the chopping block because I just don't know if I want to keep them or if I want to get rid of them. So I'm going to break it up into two separate parts. I'm going to do all of my smaller eyeshadows, so like 3 pans or less. First, I've got all of my things in this bag right here for like my single shadows, duos, trios, things like that. I did not count out how many of these things there are, but we're just going to go right into it. I'm just going to grab like a small handful and grab it. So I have 2 NYX products and 2 Morphe products in my hand right now. I've got the NYX Jumbo Multi-Use Face Stick in the shade, I think it's like Blueberry Muffin. It's this pink to blue, like Duochrome shade. I'm going to go ahead and keep this one for right now because it's a really unique shade to my collection. I don't really have anything else like it. And I have gone into this for like different looks still. And this one I am going to go ahead and just get rid of. I don't know the last time that I used it. And it's not that it's a bad product. It's just, they're not really products that I go into. And it is the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This one is I Do Beach. It's the Ken, the blue from the Barbie movie. And yeah, it's just not really a shade I go into. I don't really use it that much. And so this one I am going to get rid of. And then both of these Morphe ones I am going to be keeping. I love both of these. These are some of my favorites for just a quick, easy eye look. I actually have used this one in a couple of videos for this holiday season. And then like this one, I love the effect that it gives. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out also. I have 3 of them. I am going to be keeping all 3 of them because they are some of my favorite duos to use for a quick, easy eye look. 2 more that I know I'm for sure going to be getting rid of. One is this JoyBright eyeshadow crayon in it's a gold shade. I got this last Christmas. There was 2 of them. There was this one and then like a navy blue one. I already decluttered the navy blue one. I didn't like the way it worked. It blended out super patchy. But this one, I just don't reach for it. I don't use it. And I have a gold in one of my Morphes that is a really similar shade. And so I don't see a need to keep this one as well when I already have one product that has a shade similar to this one that I can get the same effect with it. So this one is also going to be decluttered. And then the other one that I'm going to be decluttering, okay, just kidding. I don't think I can declutter this one yet. So maybe I'll do chopping block for this one. It is the Dying to Dance, the Barbie crayon from the NYX Barbie movie collection. So it's just this pink. I do a lot more pink shadows than I do blue shadows. So I think for now I'm going to keep this one, or at least put this one on the chopping block, see if I do use it a little bit more. And then we'll go from there, decide if I'm going to get rid of it or if I'm going to keep it or what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and declutter these ones. I've had them for several years. Like you'll know just based off of what collection it is that I've had them for a few years. And I just don't really use them anymore. I did before, but I can't think of a single time that I've reached for these this year. And so I think I'm just going to get rid of them because I have other shades that are pretty similar in powder form. And so I don't feel like I need the shadow stick form. But these are the Colourpop and PowerPuff Girl shadow sticks. I bought the whole collection when it first came out. And I think these are the only products I still have left from that collection, and I just don't use them. So they can just go. We don't need to keep them in the house. These next 3, I'm going to keep for now. I just recently reviewed them. I'm going to keep for now, see if I can figure out how to make them work better for me, because I do want to like them and I do want to use them. I just struggle with it to make it look good and make it work right. And it is the Lemonhead LA Spacepaste glitters. So I have 3 shades. I have Houdini. I think this one's like Showgirl or school, something private school. So Houdini is that with the special like glitchy effect. Private School is like a teal blue, and then Debonair, which is just like a basic black glitter. So I'm going to keep these for now because they are still so new to my collection and I'm still working with them to figure out how to make them work. I'm going to give it probably like another 6 months or so, and then if I still don't like them, I'm going to be getting rid of them. And then one that I am keeping for sure is the Noricorn Ruby Flame Single Shadow. This is one of my shadows that I've got specifically for football season to use. And while it doesn't give it's not quite what I was expecting it to be, it does work and I do quite enjoy it. This guy I'm going to put on the chopping block. It's supposed to be a Danessa Myricks dupe for the Chrome Flakes or whatever they're called. The shift that this product has is beautiful. I love it so much. The problem is that it's, I guess, thin. So like the Chrome Flakes, if you've ever swatched them, it's like you barely tap your finger in and you swipe it and it's like instant, like bam, in your face pigments right there. These ones, you have to try to build them up a little bit more. And so, but it is the Essence Multichrome Flakes, and this one is and I have the shade Cosnova. I don't know if you can see on the side right there, the like effects that it has in it. It's like more of like an iridescent-y effect. The other thing too that I've noticed with this is that I feel like it's more liquidy than the Danessa Myricks. I don't know if that's picking up any of the shifting in it. I really love the color of it. I was really hoping that it would work well, but I'm honestly just haven't been super impressed with it. So I'm going to put it on the chopping block just to see if I can just finish it up, because there's not a ton of product in here. If I'm able to just use it all up and get it gone out of my collection rather than decluttering it, I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. These two are going to be keeps for sure. I need to try to stack one of these up to see how low it's getting, because I feel like it's getting pretty low. But one is the Danessa Myricks Twin Flame Multichrome Pigments. It's like a purple to gold to green to blue. It's the shade Mystic Fire. I really love this. I think it's beautiful. It blends out so easily. I actually like to use this as more of a liquid eyeliner than a liquid shadow, but I do still use it as a liquid shadow too. So when I do use it as a liquid shadow, it blends out beautifully, but it also works great as a liquid liner with like just a thin liner brush. Used it both ways. Love it. The other one, this one's from Juvia's Place. It's in the shade Fula, and it's one of their Culture Duochrome liquid eyeshadows. So this one's just like a blue or a white base with like blue to yellow shift in it. And this one I've had for a couple of years, and we used it for one of our Halloween costumes. So like all of us were using it, which is why I'm like, I need to see how much is in here, because every time I pull the stopper out, I feel like there's just hardly anything on the stopper, like on the brush, the doe foot. And so maybe if it's low enough, I'll add it into like my project use up to finish off in this new year. I think this one I'm going to put in with the chopping block, just because it's not that it's not one I don't like. I don't reach for it, and I don't really know like when I want to use it, if that makes sense. But I love the effects that it gives on the eyes and the face, because it is both eye and face safe. And it is the Kaja Viva Shine Trio. Here's what they look like. So here is your top row, and I'll swatch all of these ones for you too, just because everything has a different effect to it. There is the middle, and then the bottom is like a swirled. So here is what they look like. This is that bottom one. This one is that bottom swirl one. This is the middle, and then this one right here is that top. Like I said, I just don't reach for it too often. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my chopping block products. And then with my chopping block products, I'm going to give myself a time frame to test them out and use them to decide if I'm going to keep them. And if I haven't tried them out or used them in that time period to make a decision, then they're just going to go, because that means I'm not going to use them. I think I've got technically 5 things left. I think I'm going to put 3 of them in chopping block. 2 of them I'm going to keep, just because like I'll do the 3 that I in my chopping block. They're ones that I use, but I don't use frequently. So I just don't know if I want to keep them or not, if that makes sense. So this first one, it is a Colourpop eyeshadow stick in the shade Juicy Gossip. Here is what it looks like. It is this pink shade. So my problem with it is that the twisty, it's broken. The twisty component, something's broken inside the shadow. Oh no. Oh no. That's where my problem with it comes in. I'll put it in the chopping block, see if I use it, or see if it being broken and not wanting to twist back down, it irritates me to where I just don't want to use it. Along the same lines, I have another pink. This one's a liquid eyeshadow from NYX. It's the NYX Ultimate Glow Shots in the shade Plum Player. Here is what it looks like. Out of the 2 that I'm putting in the chopping block right now, I definitely use this one more. The problem with this one is I feel like it blends out to almost nothing. So you have to try to build it up, but it also, I feel like it doesn't build up super great. And so I just need to, I think that's why I haven't been using it, is because if I'm remembering right, it doesn't work for what I want it to work for very well, like when I try to use it. So we'll put it in the chopping block to be able to test it out and go from there. And the last thing I'm going to put in the chopping block is this little trio. This is from JoyBright. It is a glitter top coat eyeshadow palette. It's just got like a white, a mauve, and then like an olive green. And I actually really enjoy these. I just don't reach for them because I tend to not use shadows. I tend to only use like one palette for shadows, if that makes sense, when I'm doing my makeup. Unless I have like some sort of really specific intricate look in mind. Not really intricate, but like some specific inspiration that requires me to go into multiple palettes. But just for my everyday normal looks, I'm only going into one palette. And if it doesn't have what I want in it, it doesn't have what I want in it, and I figure something else out. So it's not that I don't like these shadows. I really do. I think they're beautiful. Here, I'll try to swatch them on the back of my other hand for you. I specifically mostly go into the white because I made a video on my TikTok probably about a year ago talking about how I realized I didn't have any basic white or like pearl or shimmer finish shadows. All of my whites had some sort of tint in them or like duochrome aspect to them. And so this one is just a plain basic white shadow. So here's the palette, here's my hand. So like I said, they are beautiful shades, like reflect back beautifully. I just don't go into single palettes like this for just single shades. And I wouldn't do a look with all three of these and no other palette. And then my final two like single duo trios that I have, technically they're singles, but I keep them together as if they're duos. And these are from the Barbie and Beauty Creations collab. We've got Malibu Sunset and Playdate. So the top of these containers, oh my gosh, if I can come off completely, and they're magnetic. This one is just like this really pretty, like, again, like blue, white, icy duochrome shimmer. The problem I have with this one is I need to compare it to some of my others that I have to see if I have other shades that look like this, because I might already have shades that look like this. So if I do, I will probably get rid of like this one and keep the other ones just because the other ones are going to be in palettes. Right now it's a keep, so it's not really that big of a deal. And then the other one, this one's the Playdate. And this one is just this really pretty, like, bright pink shimmer. We'll put it right here on the side of my hand. I go into this pink more than I go into the blue. I do really enjoy both of these, and I like this formula. That is it for all of my single shadows, my duos, and my trios. I'm getting rid of 5. I have 6 in my chopping block, and then 12 that I am for sure keeping, at least for right now. So that is potentially half of my single shadows and duos, things like that, gone out of my collection, depending on how my chopping block goes. So I think for chopping block, I'm going to say 6 months, because there's a lot of days I don't do makeup. I like to test out makeup. I just want to be able to give myself enough time to, if I do want to use something, it's right there for me to do it, and I'm not feeling pressured, because sometimes too, if I'm feeling pressured to use something, I won't use it. 6 months for my chopping block products. After 6 months, I can decide as I'm like testing things out, like, okay, actually I do want to get rid of this. I don't want to keep this in my collection before 6 months is up. But after my 6 months, we'll go through and see, what am I keeping? What am I getting rid of? What didn't I use? Because if I didn't use it within 6 months, then it can just go out of my collection. So I'm actually really happy with how that turned out, that it's going to be 6, not 6, that there's 6 in my chopping block and 12 that I'm keeping, and then 5 that I'm getting rid of. I feel like that's a really good number to start out with, at least. So that is it for this video. Keep an eye out for part 2 of this eyeshadow declutter, and next one is going to be my actual eyeshadow palettes. And we will talk to you all very shortly in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and amazing day, just like you are. Bye!